My top 10 videos of all time. Some of you guys are new to the channel. Some of you guys have only recently subscribed. The channel is growing at a much quicker rate than I expected in the recent months. And therefore, I think a lot of you guys may like what you're seeing. You may like your your Fanatics Weekly auction recap videos. You may like some of the content I've been doing, some of the collector spotlight videos. But what you don't know is that I've got 2 years of videos that are out there in the archives of, let me see, I think almost 1,000 videos I've done, if I'm not mistaken, that you guys may want to check out. Today's video is about videos. It's my top 10 videos that you guys need to go check out. These are evergreen videos. These are videos that will be entertaining to you, even if I did these 2 years ago. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I've got a nice little PowerPoint presentation for you so you can see the thumbnail of each of these videos. I'll give you about a 30-second blurb about what each video is about and why I think you might enjoy it. And then we may take a quick peek at the playlists that are on my channel so you guys have a better understanding, a better idea of what the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel is about. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code CAJUN, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to switch you guys over to the little presentation that I put together in Google Slides. We've got our top 10 Cajun Cardboard videos. And again, I didn't put tons of research into this, but I picked 10 thumbnails that I thought were pretty important that a lot of you newer subscribers, a lot of the folks that have jumped on only in 2024 might want to go back and check out because there is a lot of great stuff. Again, not to beat my chest or toot my own horn, but some of the best stuff I ever did was before anybody was even watching it. Like some of these videos I'm looking at, there's like 200 views, and I'm thinking to myself, if I released this video in August of 2024, it would get 10,000 views. I know it would because some of it's really cool. So let's just get cranking, and I've got some stuff on here. You're new to the channel. These videos are evergreen. They're going to last probably, maybe not forever, but you know, a lot of the prices change. But some of the context and some of the information in the videos are evergreen in that you will enjoy it even 2 years later, a year later, maybe 5 years down the road. Do me a favor, if you don't mind, right now while we're at it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Hopefully this is not the first video on my channel you see because it's not going to be all that sexy for people. But if some of you guys have only recently joined, I think this video is going to be real helpful, and it'll dig up some really good old content that you guys may not have seen yet. Hit the like button if you don't mind, and then please comment if there's a video out there that you guys remember that I didn't include in my top 10 that you think deserves mentioning. Please let the other folks that are watching this video know in the comments, and that would be most appreciated, most helpful. There are a few ways to support the Cajun Cardboard channel. I'm not going to turn this into an infomercial. Every one of the ways that you can support this channel are listed in the YouTube description to this and every single video, namely buying and selling on Fanatics Marketplace and Basketball Card Fanatics Magazine. I do have some meetings set up in the very near future, in fact in the next 24 to 48 hours, to discuss some other affiliate partnerships with some other hobby entities as well. So YouTube description if you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form. All right, number 10, the number 10 video, quite simply, and the thumbnail doesn't lie, this was the biggest sale of my life. It's a video about my 9-month PMG Red set chase story. I don't recall the precise details, but this video includes them. I've got it spreadsheeted. I've got all the prices I paid. I've got the prices that I sold for. It's a really cool video. I'm trying to remember, it was about 1.5 years ago. I think it was just before Atlantic City. Oh gosh, is that 2 years ago now? Oh my gosh, it was just before the Atlantic City National. I had decided I was going to chase the 1997 Metal Universe PMG Red set. I did that. I got to, I think maybe 97, 98. You got to watch the video. I don't remember exactly. Unique of the 123 card set, I got to around 100. And then a big whale from the West Coast came through and said, I want to buy your partial set. And boom, it was gone. He made me an offer that I could not refuse, and the biggest focus of my entire collecting career was putting that PMG Red set together. I never for a second thought that I would sell it, and then apparently I discovered the phrase, there's a price for everything, really does apply even to me. I thought I was going to hold that PMG Red set. I thought I was going to finish it because I had the big dogs. I had the Jordan, I had the Kobe, I had the Duncan, and then a big whale from the West Coast who has come to become a really good friend and mentor of mine in the hobby. And yes, he has deep pockets. Came through and said, I'll take that for this price. And I could not say no. And I took all that money and pushed it all into the Michael Jordan 90s card market, as you guys may have discovered over the last 2 years of videos. Video number 9 on the list. This is an educational video. It's relatively entertaining. It's short. I think it's important. I think it's important for people that are new to the hobby. I think it's important for the PSA 10 or bust type people out there. I think it's important for anybody who collects 90s cards to watch this video. Again, it's not anything that most of us don't already know, but it just kind of discusses how not all BGS 9.5s are the same, and it sort of explains some of the terminology that you may hear from time to time. There are, gem plus, quad gems, minimum gems, mixed gems, and then which of the subgrades matter the most on which types of cards. That's what this video is about. Not much more to it. This is not the kind of video that's going to, get you pumped up, ready to go fight a war, but I think it's important if you want to have a better understanding of the BGS grading process and the slabs and what they mean. This won't mean very much to ultra-modern collectors, but if you dabble in the 90s basketball card market or the 80s basketball card market, this video certainly is a video you don't want to miss. Video number 8 on the list is the cross-country collection, but it's part 3. So this is pretty simple. I don't do much talking in this video. I let the cards do the talking. We will see another thumbnail because there's another video from the cross-country collection that I think you guys need to see. If you have not, if you've joined maybe in the last year, you may not even know what the hell the cross-country collection is. No, it's not a sports card, collecting cross-country runners. It's about a collection that I flew to Connecticut with my second oldest son to purchase, and we had intentions of shipping the collection back and then flying back in an airplane. It didn't work out that way. Let's just leave it at that. More to come on that, but this part 3 video, and by the way, it ended up being well over 100 episodes in the cross-country collection playlist. Well over 100 episodes. So if you want to see, I have on here, if you read the thumbnail, a 35,000 basketball card collection, and it ended up being way over 100,000 cards. So the thumbnail needs to be edited and revised because it ended up being way over 100,000 cards, and I'm still kind of working through some of these cards off screen over here. But if you want to see somebody buy a humongous, one of the best raw collections I've ever seen in Connecticut, get it somehow back to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and then get that collection graded, the cross-country collection playlist is for you. This video, which is part 3, it's the 3rd video in the cross-country collection playlist, is just me flipping through some of the best Jordan cards that I picked up there before I sent the cards to PSA. So it's literally just me opening a Zion case and flipping through, I don't even remember how many, it might have been 100 just insane 90s insert and parallel Jordan cards. So great video to check out. It's also not very long, so easy. Cartman on that thumbnail is awesome too. Sorry, that might have been Kenny. Compare your Michael Jordan card collection. I think this is a great video for those of you who are familiar with the hierarchy. You've seen the hierarchy posters. You've seen people talk about the hierarchy. And if you think just because you have the poster, you understand what it's about, this video is crucial because, I still get comments like, hey, how do you not even have the game jersey auto? How do you not have the Star Crunch and Munch on here? How do you not have, Michael Jordan's, 2001, Topps Chrome Refractor on here? Well, there's a reason, because there's certain criteria. So I sort of explained to the listeners and the viewers what the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy is about, what the criteria are. And again, those criteria are listed on the back of the Michael Jordan hierarchy posters themselves. But this should be the very first video that you watch in the Cajun Cardboard Cardboard Michael Jordan Hierarchy playlist. And there's a lot of videos in there as well. Not as many as the cross country collection, but there's a lot of videos, and we're still adding to those as we do these Hierarchy revisited videos from time to time, which reminds me I need to do another one. But basically, this is the nuts and bolts of the project, why I started it, what it takes to be in the project, what cards can and can't be included, and just kind of gives you an idea of how this became my brainchild and where it came from and why I created it, which was to kind of ease the barriers to entry for people that are new to collecting Michael Jordan cards. And really, it almost goes beyond Michael Jordan cards, just any collectible player from the 90s. I think it's a super helpful video and sort of gets me off the hook for why certain cards aren't in there. The next one, it's not necessarily this video, and God, I went back and listened to it. I was terrible at this. I was really, really rough around the edges as a content creator, a speaker, and a presenter. But this is the very first episode of something that I call Explore the Card. And again, I need to get back to this because there's so many Jordan cards I want to talk about in great detail. Explore the Card videos take a very detailed deep dive into a particular Michael Jordan insert or parallel card from the 90s. The very first card was the very first refractor. It was this episode 1 where we discussed the 1993 finest refractor. We look at the history of the card, the set that the card comes from, the pack odds, the pop reports, the prices of the card, which will have drastically changed since then because this was back in 2022. We talk about other cards, what you would choose, which card would you rather in this particular price range, how many 10s are out there, how many BGS 9.5s, what's your price point, and then we look at a pop table that kind of gives you an estimate of the value and how many cards have been graded in the last 6 months. Basically, it's just a real deep dive into a particular Michael Jordan card from the 90s that most of these cards just happen to be hierarchy cards. In fact, I think almost damn near every one would be a hierarchy card that's in these Explore the Card episodes. I'm trying to remember how many I've done. I think it's probably in the 70s or 80s. You can check the playlist and go from there. But this is the very first one that I ever did, and you can tell because it's a chintzy, cheap-looking Walmart thumbnail right there. So I've gotten better at thumbnails. Episode number 5. All right, we got to talk about this. The one thing about my channel that really bothers me the most is you guys don't seem to watch the videos that I do with Coach Pixley. Now we are called Old Head Hoops Talk. It's just two old white guys who played hundreds of thousands of hours of basketball and got up millions of shots and played, at the collegiate level. And Coach Pixley sniffed the professional level. We've played a lot of basketball. We've been around. We've got some great stories, and it's sort of reminiscent when we used to coach pretty high level AAU grassroots basketball for Nike EYBL. We used to, either in the airplane or on the, we'd be traveling by vehicle. We would just come up with a topic and start talking about it. Well, this episode is a great one. If you want to kind of dip your toes into those episodes, this would be a really good one because we show some images of some former NBA players, and we basically talk about how there's no way this dude ever played in the NBA. And of course, you see the great Jack Sikma with his beautiful greasy golden perm on that thumbnail right there. But essentially, we just kind of take turns saying, "Oh yeah, you think that guy looks like he can't play in the NBA? How about this guy?" And then we try to top each other. So I think that's a really funny episode. A lot of the stuff that I do with Coach Pixley, it doesn't get the views it deserves. I think it's some of the best content on the channel, and a lot of you guys might not even be aware of it. Number 4 on the list, Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan Hierarchy. So this is it. This is tier 1. We're talking about the best 27 cards in the entire world, and that's quite simply what this is. I should say this, 27 of the best cards, right? I don't want to say these are definitively the 27 best because they are not, but this is tier 1 of the Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy. There are 27 cards in tier 1, and this first video is where we kind of very first, Josh Dawson, the great at Northeast Sports Cards, and I start to attack the Hierarchy project, and we go through page by page, 27 cards at a time, start to finish, and this is the very first episode where Josh joins, and we kind of discuss those 27 cards. It's great conversation. This video will last forever. It doesn't matter if the value of the cards change. the fact that these cards belong at the top or near the top of the world of Michael Jordan card collecting will never change. And so this is a great video, and if you don't know what the hierarchy is, buckle up. Boy, do I have a surprise for you. There is a lot of Michael Jordan content that you have got to catch up on. So this is the first actual video where we'll look at tier 1 of the hierarchy, the very top of that pyramid. Number 3, I think I just did this a couple weeks ago. This was one of the most fun interviews I've ever done. It was the most informative. It was entertaining. It was educational. We posed a bunch of questions to the great Nat Turner, who's the CEO of Collectors, aka PSA Grading as well. Nat talks about his one-of-one masterpiece cards that he owns, and I think he owns 4 of those Michael Jordan masterpiece cards. We talk about what's the best of those cards. We talk about what's better, a PMG or a one-of-one. Essentially, we take the best basketball card collector in the world. As far as I know, he's got the best basketball card collection in the entire world, and we ask him questions that only he would know the answer to, right? And we get his opinion and his input on the grails amongst grails. These are cards that are in a whole different level, even beyond tier 1 of the hierarchy, pretty much. These are the one-of-one Michael Jordan masterpieces. We talk about which ones there are, how many there are, which ones matter the most, what they look like. We screen share a bunch of pictures of some of the one-of-one masterpieces that Nat owns, and it was all around just a good interview, and it should give you guys a sense of comfort that PSA Grading, which is one of the most important entities in all of the hobby, is being run by somebody who truly is a good dude and absolutely cares about the collectors. He's not just dollars and cents. He absolutely cares about the collectors because he is the ultimate collector. So great video there with Nat. That was actually the second time Nat came on. If you want to check the hierarchy playlist, you'll see Nat came on again to discuss the 27 cards in tier 1 of the hierarchy, just like Josh Dawson did. And, spoiler alert, Nat owns 26 of the 27 tier 1 Jordan hierarchy cards. Crazy, crazy stuff. Number 2, this thumbnail is going to look similar. But this is part 2. So this is the actual footage. This is videos and photos of my incredible journey. It was almost like Bilbo from The Hobbit going to Smaug's Mountain. Not to nerd out on you guys too much, but there is a lot in this video, and this was a really fun, really nostalgic, really meaningful trip that I took with Cajun Jr., my second son Cameron, up all the way to Connecticut to pick up that raw collection that I mentioned in an earlier slide. And this is just kind of talks you through the anxiety involved, how the trip changed, how we could never have expected it to turn out the way that it turned out. And if you just want to jump along for a really long story about how I bought a humongous raw collection, graded the vast majority, not the vast majority of it, but a great sizable quantity of meaningful cards, and then sold / integrated / infused those cards to upgrade my personal collection. This is probably the second video is probably the best one because it just kind of gives you some element of how we got the deal worked out, how I got up there, and how I got back with a bunch of pictures to go along with it. So I really like that video. It means a lot to me. This video right here probably means more to me than any video on my channel. That's in that cross-country collection playlist. And then number 1, I think this is the most important video. And I know it's simple, and I know there's not much to it. The thumbnail's killer, right? The thumbnail is killer. 23 ways to collect Michael Jordan cards. And the reason I think this is the top video on my channel, and it doesn't have the most views, and it's not gonna make you laugh, and it's it may or may not inspire you, but what I intended with this video, and I didn't really put much thought into it when I was putting it together. I did a couple hours of research, but what I wanted to express to people is that there are, and I chose 23, that's not an arbitrary number. I could have done 53. There are a myriad. There is an unlimited way on a high end, a low end, or almost no budget to collect Michael Jordan basketball cards. You should never feel priced out. You should never feel intimidated. You should not feel like you have to keep up with Mr. X or Mrs. Y. You should always, always, always feel comfortable knowing there are a million zillion, including these 23 ways to collect Michael Jordan cards in the hobby. Collect just the refractors. Collect just PSA 10s, collect just raw cards, collect just BGS cards, only collect the Fleer cards. Maybe you only want to collect Carolina cards. Maybe you only want to collect autographs. Maybe you only want to collect die cut cards. Maybe you only want to collect star cards. Like I said, we go through 23 ways, but I could have listed 123 ways, all on different budgets. You can try to be the big fish in the big pond. You can try to be a little fish in the big pond. You can be a big fish in a little pond if you wanted to, and only collect international Michael Jordan cards. You can collect only stickers. There's a zillion ways to do it. We kind of talk through some of the different ways in here, and in really the purpose of this video is to let everybody know that we are a welcoming Michael Jordan card collecting community. There's tons of helpful people out there that'll always answer any questions you have, myself included. Always, I'm telling you, I'm getting probably 10 messages a day with people asking questions or pointing things out about the Michael Jordan card market, the 90s card market in general, and I'm happy to receive those messages and respond to every single one of them. So I think this video is super important, primarily for that reason, to remind everybody out there there's a million ways to do this, and the way you're doing it today, trust me, I know this better than anybody, the way you're collecting Michael Jordan today may not be the way you're collecting Michael Jordan 6 months from now. There's a lot of things that can change. You have to be able to adapt and react. And so search a playlist. That's the other thing I wanted to tell you guys. And so I'm over here on my, let's see if I can get this right on screen share. Oh, I'm back. Here we go. I'm up there in the top right corner. Here's my screen share. Here are the playlists on my channel. Let's click playlist. All right, here we go. So there's your 23 ways. Michael Jordan content. There's 312 videos that deal specifically with Michael Jordan. Okay, so that's the first thing. If you only collect Jordan, it's important to know that I've got a Michael Jordan content playlist where every single Jordan video goes into the playlist. Now that might also include certain mail days. It might also include, hierarchy videos are going to appear in both the hierarchy playlist and in the Michael Jordan content. But if you just want to go binge 312 videos, you guys got to be kidding me. That's a lot of videos. I've got 161 mail days. I don't know why that number is what it is. I think I'm on video number 167. I must have forgot to put a couple of mail days into there, but if you just want to go look at a bunch of cool cards, hit my Fanatics Vault and share images, and then we'll share values, how much I paid, why I paid, how they fit into my collection. If you just want to see how that works, that's what those mail day videos are about. Old Head Hoops Talk, there's 42 videos in there. I am telling you, this is the most underappreciated part of my channel. I cannot stress enough, if you guys want to have fun listening to two old dudes talk about basketball, this is a great place to go. It's not basketball cards. It's not basketball card content, and I think that's why it gets lost in the shuffle, but it's basketball history, it's present basketball, it's predicting the future basketball, it's talking about active players, past players, and we go way outside the box. The last video we did was which NBA player we think would have the best chance to fight a grizzly bear to the death with their bare hands. I am telling you, it is way outside the box, but if you guys are into that kind of stuff, I think you're going to like that playlist. BGS submission grade reveal videos. This is just videos where I'm submitting cards to PSA or BGS and getting the grades back. I know you guys love those. Collector Spotlight. I bring people on the channel to talk about how they fit in the hobby, their cards, stuff like that. Nat's on there, Chris McGill's on there, Adam Gray's on there. I mean, we've talked to anybody and everybody you can think of, and that's going to continue to grow. There's only 6 in there right now. That list is going to continue to grow. I've got some great people already lined up on the schedule, big time collectors. The Hierarchy Project, there you go, 35 videos. There's 35 videos for you to work through, including some at the end. Easy, I don't need to explain that. If you don't know what the Hierarchy is by now, then you definitely are brand new to the channel. Click that button and start watching those videos. Those are fun. Tutorial videos, how to safely crack a slab, how to ship things on eBay, just tutorial stuff like that. If you're a very new person in the hobby and you're a beginner, tutorial videos are there. Explore the card, there's 59 of them, okay, so I wasn't sure how many we have. I feel like there's more episodes than that, but 59 episodes of Explore the Card. Like I said, each one of those looks at a different Jordan card, so you got 59 educational, informative videos to go back and catch up on. The Cross Country Collection, 130 videos. Guys, this took about a year of my life to put together, and it dominated the hobby. It dominated this channel. I feel bad for those of you who weren't there to kind of follow along, because about 4 to 5 videos a week were Cross Country Collection videos. Pulling cards out of boxes, searching through boxes, pulling out what I'm going to grade, showing you what I'm going to grade, showing you the grades when they came back, selling the cards, telling you what I sold them for, showing you spreadsheets, and then I tie it all together at the end and show you over 1,000 cards that I graded, how they graded, what they sold for, where the value was, all of that stuff. It's a really cool journey from start to finish. As you saw, 2 of the videos that I think are the most enjoyable, most important were cross-country collection videos out of my top 10. And then last one's just, I got a soccer highlight video for my son. Sorry, that should not be in there. So that's it, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen any or all of those videos. I don't even know if you guys are aware that playlists exist or how they work, but I would love for you guys to go back and check out some of the old playlists, because I think there's some really good evergreen content back there that you guys may really enjoy. And by the way, you can also search. There's a search bar up there where you can actually just search my channel. So if you were looking like you wanted to look up Thunder and Lightning, if for whatever reason that was included in one of the titles, you might find that Explore the Card episode, right? Or Electrifying or Scoring Kings and stuff like that. You might be able to find a video on that. So always feel free to use that search engine that's at the top of the YouTube page and go back and dig. If you got any questions about anything on my channel, or if I've ever talked about anything on my channel, please always feel free to message me on Instagram. I'm easy to reach. It's Cajun_Cardboard. I'm not trying to hide. I'm trying to be out there. The reason I started this channel in the first place, as most of you know, is because I need an outlet in the hobby. I want to make friends in the hobby. There's just not a lot of people in Baton Rouge, Louisiana that do what I do the way I do it. And so that's where you guys come in, and that's why our subscribership has grown so quick on the channel. I'm trying to become, and continue to be the most consistent basketball card content creator in the history of the world. So hopefully I'm taking baby steps in that direction. If you guys do like the channel and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, for goodness sakes. Hit the like button, and always comment, as long as you keep it clean. Recently, I have blocked 2 people. If you're just commenting to basically destroy me and you have no logic behind what you say because I said something that you don't like about star cards or about Kobe Bryant or about, Zion Williamson's weight, and you're just trying to destroy me, I'm just going to block you. You know why? Because I don't have time for that crap. I don't have time for that. It's the same reason I don't follow politics, the same reason I don't watch Fox or CNN. I don't have time to fill my hobby endeavors with negativity. So everything on the channel, it's not going to be BS positivity. It's going to be positive from a positive perspective. And so that's important to remember when you comment. I do not want everybody who comments to agree with everything I say. I ain't looking for a bunch of yes men. You guys know that. I welcome educated and logical arguments. And I certainly encourage people who disagree with anything I say to comment below. But if you just straight up call me a name or insinuate something or tell me I'm a liar or I'm a fraud or something like that, it's a one strike you're out. I'm just going to block you. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that's good. I don't really care if anybody likes it, but I think most of the other people that watch the channel and that comment do like it, because usually they jump their ass before I can even block them anyway. And so that's the only thing that I'll say about commenting. But I want everybody's comments, whether they're in line with what I believe and my perspectives of the hobby or not. I want it all. Anyway, that's it, guys. Top 10 videos on the Cajun Cardboard channel. Go check out those 10 videos if you haven't seen them yet. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.